Welcome to English Storytime Adventures. In today's video, we're going to listen to an exciting short story that will help you improve your English skills. Listen carefully and follow along with the subtitles. Before we begin, here are some key words you'll hear in the story. Pay attention to their meaning and try to use them in your own sentences later. Resort. A place where people go for vacation and relaxation. Leadership, the action of leading a group of people or an organization. Equity, fairness or justice in the way people are treated. Excavate, to dig out and remove earth to find something or prepare for construction. Now that you're familiar with these words, let's begin the story. Emily always looked forward to her summers at the quiet mountain resort. Hidden deep in the hills, it was her escape from the bustling city. The air was crisp, the lake shimmered under the sunlight, and the peaceful surroundings allowed her to reflect on her life. However, this summer would be different. Little did she know that her time at the resort would lead to an encounter that would change the way she saw the world and her role in it. Emily's first evening at the resort began like many others. She sat on the deck of her cabin, sipping tea and reading a book. But this time she noticed something unusual. At the foot of the mountain, near the dense forest, was a construction site. Workers had set up heavy machinery and were clearly preparing to excavate the land. The next day, while taking her usual morning walk, Emily met the resort manager, Mr. Harris. He looked stressed and was talking to a man in a suit about the future of the land. "I hope you understand that this resort holds a lot of memories for people," Emily overheard Mr. Harris say. "We understand, Mr. Harris," the man replied, "but progress is necessary. This project will bring equity to the local community." Emily felt uneasy. The resort had always been a place of quiet refuge, and the thought of it becoming part of a massive development bothered her. But she knew that change was inevitable, and perhaps, if done correctly, it could be for the better. Maybe the development would bring better opportunities to the area, as the man suggested. That evening, Emily returned to her cabin to find a letter waiting for her on the doorstep. Confused, she picked it up and opened it. The letter was dated 10 years into the future, and the handwriting looked strangely familiar. It was her own. "Dear Emily," the letter began, "I know you're worried about the changes at the resort, but I want you to remember something important. True leadership isn't about resisting change, but about guiding it with wisdom. The resort will evolve, but how it evolves is in your hands. You have a choice to be part of the process. You can help make sure that what is built here respects both nature and the community." Emily blinked in disbelief. Could this letter really be from the future? It felt impossible. But the words rang true. She had always considered herself someone who wanted to make a difference, but she had never thought about taking a leadership role. Could she really influence what happened at the resort? Over the next few days, Emily spent her time talking to the locals, gathering information about their concerns and hopes for the development. She learned that many of them wanted to protect the natural beauty of the area while also benefiting from the potential economic growth the project could bring. On her last day at the resort, Emily met with Mr. Harris and the developers. She shared what she had learned from the community, emphasizing the need for both equity and sustainability in the project. She urged them to excavate carefully, preserving the history and nature of the place while ensuring that any new construction would serve the needs of the local people. "I believe there's a way to balance progress with respect for the past," she said. "This resort is more than just a place. It's a memory for many, and it can still be a place where new memories are made if we lead this change wisely. Her words had an impact. The developers agreed to adjust their plans, taking into account the concerns of the locals. They decided to build in a way that would preserve much of the natural landscape, ensuring that the resort remained a sanctuary while also benefiting the community. As Emily packed up to leave the resort, she found another letter waiting for her. This time it simply said, "Well done." She smiled, knowing that the future was still full of possibilities that she had helped shape. Great job following along with the story. Now, let's review the key words we learned today. Resort, a place where people go for vacation and relaxation. Example from story. Emily always looked forward to her summers at the quiet mountain resort. Leadership, the action of leading a group of people or an organization. Example from story. True leadership isn't about resisting change, but about guiding it with wisdom. Equity, fairness or justice in the way people are treated. Example from story. This project will bring equity to the local community. Excavate, to dig out and remove earth to find something or prepare for construction. Example from story. Workers had set up heavy machinery and were clearly preparing to excavate the land. Now, let's check your understanding of the story. See if you can answer these questions. Question 1. What was the main issue Emily faced during her stay at the resort? Question 2. Can you think of another word to describe Emily's feelings when she received the mysterious letter from the future? Feel free to pause the video and write down your answers in the comments. Great work today. Well done. You've just completed another story with English Storytime Adventures. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more fun and educational stories. And don't forget to leave a comment with your thoughts or answers to the questions. I'd love to see how much you've learned. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next episode of English Storytime Adventures. Until then, happy learning.